All right. So what I'm about to show you is how I edit videos for my coach. And yes, it's good for a coach to have a coach. You want that objective view, take your own ego out of it. But what I do is I take my top training videos from the session that the coach wants to see. I edit them down to when I'm starting the lift and when the lift is over, rather than walking to the camera, all that excess stuff that you don't need. So I trim down the videos. When I have all that done, I put them together on one straight clip where I input what I'm lifting. You'll see me put in numbers there. And I also speak over the video so that I let my coach know what's going on as I'm doing the lift. Sometimes when you're looking at a video, you don't get the full picture. It may look fine, but there may be something going on that the lifter feels that we just don't know until we get that feedback. And for a coach to be uh, more productive, more successful with the lifter, the more feedback we get, the better. It really helps us understand what's going on, and then we could react accordingly and work with the athlete. So, with that all said, um, I'm just going to give you a sample of what I did. So, here you go. So, most of my training session, I already edited the videos. I just left one to edit so you get the idea to make it easier on the coach. So this was the last thing. We don't need to see me walking around. So I'll hit edit. I'll move myself up into position pretty much to right where the exercise starts. Then I'll go to the end. You see the bar. And same thing, we don't need to see me walking over with it. So I'll go to where I pretty much end. So if you notice, I'll go back and forth, make sure I capture it good. I stepped off the plate, so in this case, that's the end of this exercise. Done, save video. So now if you look back, all my videos from this session are edited because you could already see me at the start of the video. I'm not walking up, not walking back. So the videos are ready. So now I'll get out of the photo area, that was the photos, and then I'll jump over to, I use GoPro Splice. You could use the app of your choice. GoPro doesn't pay me, although if GoPro's listening, I wouldn't mind a sponsorship. So I call up my videos and you choose what you want to put in there, and it'll go in that order. So I'm going to start in the order that I did the training session. And if you have videos in between that are not edited, it's kind of easy to see too. So it's helpful to have them all edited. That's another reason that it's good for. So I've picked all my videos from the training session. I'll hit next. Doesn't matter the name. I'm going to rework that anyway. Create it. Could get out of that. So now I have my video there. So now, in this case, so I'm going to kind of go through it just as I would for the coach. So I don't have any weights here, so I could go straight up to just narrating, which I like. I'll mute the clip because sometimes there's a lot of background noise. Could be loud stereo playing at the training. So this way, all the coach hears is you talking, which is very helpful. So if you notice, I scrolled over, there's a text button. That's pretty much all I use, text and voice. That's all I use for this. In this case, like I said, there's no weight, so I'll just go straight to voice. See the countdown. All right, on these, I felt pretty good. As the sets went on, I felt better. I tried to focus on a tighter core so I could be more explosive. I tried to focus on a balanced foot, and that made a big difference for me. They definitely felt better as I went along. So what I did there, I let the coach know what's going on. Sometimes a video doesn't fully describe what's going on. It may look great, but there may be something you're feeling that's not apparent in the video. So this could be very helpful for the coach. So you see the audio's there. So I'll just kind of scroll ahead. Since I already spoke about the other ones, I don't have to speak over the other sets because I already told them I felt better later. So here we go. I get on to my next movement. So same thing. I'm going to talk over this one. Now in this case, I'll let him know what weight is on there. So if you notice, let me go back. I hit the text button. I'll put the weight that's on the bar. This is in kilos. I'll drag it out of the way. So now when the coach is looking at it, he'll know what weight it is, especially with black plates. You don't know what's on the bar. So I have that all set. Now I'll scroll over to the voice, and again, I'll let him know what's going on. Notice the countdown. Okay, on these, I started out pretty good. It felt all right. As I went along on the increase in weight, I lost a few, and I think I was just leaking power. So once I tightened up my core, kept my head focused in the right spot, they flowed a lot better. Definitely felt better as I went along. I just had that one little offset. Okay, so again, I mentioned what happens later, so I don't have to speak over or I mess up on the video. There's my drop there. That wasn't too pretty. But I explained to him what was going on and how I fixed it in my case. But what I didn't do here is I didn't put the increase in weight. So let me come back. I'll scroll this back over, hit the text. And it's a slight increase. Oops, 48. Make sure I get the number right. Again, I'll drag it out of the way so he can see everything that's going on. Notice I tapped it out so the buttons come back up. Now I'll just scroll past these because I've already spoken about what's going on there. I mean, if you want, you could speak over a specific video, but you know, it depends what it calls for. So now I'm going to move on to my next exercise, and again, just let them know what's going on. Here we go. So I'll start off by just putting in what the weight is. Again, drag it out of the way. Sometimes I tend to put it on the bottom, but if my feet are closer to the bottom, I'll move the number to the top, wherever it's out of the way so the coach can see what's going on. I tapped out, and that allowed the buttons to come back the way I want them, and I'll hit voice again, have the countdown, and then I'll go. Okay, these felt good. I made sure to keep my core tight, fully balanced foot, and I felt I had a good drive on these. Felt really good with these. That's it. These I was fine with, so I don't have a whole lot to say about it. So I could move on. I'll scroll over to my, there we go, find the spot where it comes in. Okay. So you notice it's got other stuff here. I just tap. My bar comes back. My text, I'm going to put the weights. So it's 24K times 2. So he knows it's 2 24-kilo kettlebells. And again, in this one, I could keep that on the bottom. I'll scroll over and hit the voice. All right, these felt pretty good. My right knee didn't bother me. I made sure to keep the balance and went through it just fine. So again, not a whole lot to say. Sometimes just a little something just to coach them where you're at. And that's it. So now I got it all done. That's the last exercise for this session, as you can see. So I'll hit the up arrow here. I don't need full HD. We just keep the file smaller. I'll save the file. You'll wait for it to go. Now, after this loads, what I do with my coach is I have a folder in my own Google Drive I set up, giving him access. And I'll upload this edited video onto that. And I'll just shoot him an email, you know, tell him, hey, narrated video's up. If I want to throw any more comments in the email, I do that. And that's it. And then now when he opens up the email, he'll say, okay, he'll read whatever comments I might have had there. And now he could look at the video. I'm only putting my main working sets, basic comments that'll help him see what's going on with me. If I have any issues, I might have been complaining about a knee or this injury or that injury, whatever it may be. And it helps, that feedback helps the coach coach me. So we work together on this. And that's pretty much it.